Your dog is licking you right now, or they did it 10 minutes ago, or they'll do it the second you put your phone down. And every single time you think the same thing. They love me. They're kissing me. This is affection. But what if I told you that obsessive licking, the kind that goes beyond a quick hello and turns into a relentless, almost desperate act, has almost nothing to do with love? The real reasons are deeper, stranger, and in some cases, something you need to address before it gets worse. 1. They're reading your entire body through your skin. When your dog licks you, they're not tasting you. They're scanning you. A dog's tongue is connected to a sensory system far more sophisticated than most owners realize. Your skin is broadcasting information at all times. Salt content shifts with your stress levels. Hormonal changes alter the chemical composition of your sweat. Even subtle shifts in your blood sugar can be detected through the microscopic compounds sitting on the surface of your skin. When your dog licks your hand, your face, the back of your neck, they're collecting a chemical report about your current state. Are you stressed? They know. Are you getting sick? They might know before you do. Did your hormone levels shift today? They've already registered it. This is why some dogs lick more intensely at certain times. After you've exercised, when you're anxious, during illness, when hormonal shifts are happening, they're not being more affectionate in those moments. They're reading a signal that's gotten louder, and they're trying to gather more data. Your dog who licks you obsessively after you come home from work isn't greeting you with kisses. They're running a full diagnostic on what your day did to your body. 2. They're self-medicating, and you're the drug. Here's the part nobody talks about. Licking releases endorphins in a dog's brain. Not a small amount. A sustained, measurable flood of calming neurochemicals that function almost identically to the way certain anti-anxiety medications work in the human brain. For a dog experiencing stress, anxiety, boredom, or emotional discomfort, licking becomes a coping mechanism. It soothes them. It regulates their nervous system. It brings them down from whatever internal state was becoming unbearable. And your skin is the preferred target because it combines two sources of relief simultaneously. The physical act of licking triggers the endorphin release. And your scent, your taste, your presence provides an additional layer of emotional security. You're not being loved. You're being used as an anxiolytic. That sounds harsh, but understanding this distinction is the difference between an owner who says, "Oh, they're just being sweet," and an owner who recognizes that their dog might actually be struggling. A dog who licks you for 30 seconds when you walk in the door is greeting you. A dog who licks you for 5 minutes straight and can't seem to stop is telling you something entirely different. That's not affection overflowing. That's a nervous system trying to stabilize itself using the most effective tool it has available. 3. They learn this behavior before they open their eyes. The very first physical sensation a dog ever experiences in its life is being licked by its mother. Before they can see, before they can hear, before they know anything about the world, they know this. Tongue on skin means safety. That imprint is so deep, so foundational, that it never fully goes away. When an adult dog licks you obsessively, part of what's happening is a regression to the earliest form of comfort they ever knew. They're not thinking about their mother consciously, but their nervous system is running a program that was installed in the first hours of their life. Licking equals safe. Being licked equals alive. The act of licking a bonded human reactivates that circuit in a way that nothing else can replicate. This is also why the behavior intensifies during periods of insecurity. A new home, a change in routine, the absence of a family member, anything that shakes a dog's foundational sense of safety can trigger an increase in licking because their brain reaches for the oldest, most reliable comfort program it has. You're not being kissed. You're being used as a reset button for a nervous system that learned, before it could see the world, that tongues and skin and warmth mean everything is okay. 4. Sometimes it's a symptom you shouldn't ignore. This is where I need you to pay attention, because everything I've said so far has a spectrum. On one end, normal licking, a greeting, a scan, a brief moment of self-soothing. On the other end, compulsive licking that the dog cannot stop even when they want to. If your dog licks you, themselves, or surfaces like floors and furniture for extended periods, if they seem unable to disengage, if the licking has escalated over weeks or months, that's not a personality trait. That's a flag. Compulsive licking in dogs is clinically linked to chronic anxiety, insufficient mental stimulation, unresolved pain, gastrointestinal discomfort, and in some cases, obsessive-compulsive disorder, which, yes, dogs can develop. A dog who licks the same spot on their paw until the fur disappears and the skin turns raw isn't bored. They're in distress. A dog who licks your hands for 10 minutes and then moves to the couch cushion and licks that for another 10 minutes isn't quirky. They're caught in a loop their brain can't exit without help. If this sounds like your dog, a vet visit isn't optional. It's urgent. Not because licking is dangerous in itself, but because the thing driving the licking, the anxiety, the pain, the neurological pattern, will get worse without intervention. Your dog isn't being weird. They're asking for help in the only language their body gave them. 5. What your dog actually needs you to do. So, if obsessive licking isn't love, what should you do when it happens? First, stop reinforcing it. Most owners pet their dog, talk sweetly to them, or laugh when the licking starts. Every one of those responses tells the dog's brain that licking produces comfort, attention, and connection, which guarantees it will continue and escalate. Instead, when the licking becomes excessive, calmly redirect. Stand up. Offer a toy. Initiate a brief walk or a structured game. You're not punishing the licking. You're giving the dog's nervous system an alternative pathway to the same relief it was seeking. Second, look at their daily life honestly. Is your dog getting enough physical exercise? Enough mental stimulation? Enough variety? A dog who licks obsessively is often a dog whose brain has too much idle energy and not enough outlets. 30 minutes of genuine engagement, not just a walk around the block, but training, puzzle toys, scent work, interactive play, can reduce compulsive licking dramatically within weeks. Third, check for pain. Dogs are masters of hiding discomfort. A dog who suddenly starts licking a specific area on their body, or who licks you more intensely than usual, might be processing physical pain they can't articulate. When the behavior changes without an obvious cause, a vet should be your first call, not your last. What the licking really means: your dog licks you because you are the center of their chemical world. Your skin is their newspaper, their pharmacy, and their security blanket rolled into one. It's not that there's no love in it. There is. But love is the background frequency, not the signal. The signal is need. The signal is, I'm processing something, and you're the only tool that works. And a dog owner who understands that difference doesn't love their dog less. They love them better, because they stop seeing an adorable quirk and start seeing a living being who is communicating the only way they can. So the next time your dog won't stop licking you, don't push them away and don't just smile through it. Look at them. Really look. Ask yourself what they might be trying to regulate, what might be missing, what might be wrong. Because behind every obsessive lick is a sentence your dog is trying to finish, and they need you to be the one who finally hears it.